Hello, I am Simulator Deck, and welcome back to Train Sim World. Today we're going to be doing some freight train driving on the Goblin line of London Overground. I thought we'd start. There's two freight services here. One's very short, one's a bit longer. So let's do this one. 4 Mike 71. Drive this freight train from Ripple Lane to Gospel Oak. So let's get started. Drive this freight train from Ripple Lane to Gospel Oak, class 37/5, 1578 tons, 26 wagons, 522 yards long. Let's get started. Alright, let's have a look at our train. So, we have a 37 class and a 66 class, a container train, so here we are. Whoops. So 37,667, and behind that is 66,139. So there are our two locos on this service. Now let's go in the cab. Alright, we've been given the road. Stop at South Tottenham Signal Sierra 18 in 8 miles. Okay. So here is this. I don't think I've ever driven this class in game. So here we go. Let's have a look around the cab, excuse me. Now, alright, now I've never driven throttle off. Let's see, I don't know how they've set the cab up for me. Reverser. Alright, throttle off. Train brake shut down. See, I don't know how they've left this thing in service for me. That's the thing. Don't need the loco brake, probably. Sander off. Have we got horn off? That's important. Where's the key? Master key. On. Reverser. Into forward. Brakes are on. So we'll release. Bit of throttle. And knowing that freight trains take a while to get going compared to the passenger trains that we mainly drive. Alright, brakes are almost off. We're off and running. Headlights on. On! And we're off. Alright, we're only on a 15 mile an hour speed limit anyway, so there's no need to get excited. But we're off! So I don't even know why in this day and age we'd have a 37 class leading a 66 class loco, but here we go. So we're just going to roll. Actually, this is probably just a good speed at the moment. It is a slight upgrade, so we'll apply a bit of power. Now I'm waiting for an overground train to overtake us. This speed's probably good actually. It just seems like we're just puttering along. Oh, there's another freight train in the opposite direction. It's only a short one. Oh, we can go a bit faster now. 25 miles an hour. So I'm just going to keep it on this view for a while. I am trying to see... Whoops. I am trying to get a shot of this train with an overground train passing it. Oh, well, that's not going to happen now that we're on the line of the overground line. So we're switching tracks. So a little bit more power. Now I'm not an... So we're switching tracks again because there's a buffer stop there. Oh, we can go 40 miles an hour now. Okay. Let's power up. I want to see where we are. Oops. So we're just passing Barking now. So we're still doing 45. Oh, we got more of an upgrade, so let's go full throttle. Now, needless to say, I've never seen one of these trains live, and I definitely haven't driven one. I've never driven any freight train. I've only been inside a diesel loco a couple of times when they've been in the depot that I've been at, but definitely not on the main line. So we're going on a downgrade now, but what we have to remember, because we're a longer freight train, is that even though the front of the train's going downhill, it can be possible that the back of the train's still going up the hill. So we're still 6 miles away from where we need to stop. And now we're starting to go uphill ever so slightly. It's an entirely different type of driving altogether. Is a 30 board coming up. Starting to go uphill again, overground train. See, we're travelling well. Here we are coming up to our speed limit, and we're just going to throttle down. Where did that 30 come from? It's not on the HUD. That 30's definitely not on the HUD, and I don't know the line. And I don't know the line well enough to go, oh well, there's got to be a 30 here. So we've had to bring our train back to speed rather quickly. So our speed's dropped. East Coast Main Line there. So I'm going to take a bit of time to look now. So because of that, our speed's dropped significantly to 8 miles an hour. Alright, the wheel slip lights flashing even though we're totally stationary. I do want to apply. Alright, we'll just settle things down. Oops, didn't want to do that. Put the train into emergency. So we'll wait for our brakes to come off. And of course, with the wagons behind us, we've really got no idea how those brakes are and how slowly or whatever they're coming off. Oops. Throttling off wasn't a good idea. Now the brakes are almost off. Okay, so it needed to go into running slash overcharge to come off by the looks of this. Alright, we're on the move. Oh, we're going backwards! Alright, let's throttle off. So we're trying to get up the... Because of the grade we're on, we didn't have enough positive momentum for us to go forward, so we ended up rolling backwards. Maybe we should put the loco brake on. Alright, we're at full throttle. Gee, all of our cloud cover, etc. just disappeared. Oh, we're going backwards again. Alright, we'll try this way. Alright, try and brake. We'll come off. We'll apply some throttle. Get the brakes to come off. But we've got the loco brake holding us now. Hopefully. we need to bring the loco brake off now. No, we're rolling backwards again. So what we might need to do in this situation, can't obviously replicate it here, is talk to control and see if we can go back to level ground. Because where we're located, we're on a bridge, Charlie. We're on a bridge, Charlie! Charlie, we're on a bridge. So what we might have to do, what we're probably going to have to do to get out of this situation, you can see the grade we're on. So we're going to have to get permission to go backwards so we can get onto level ground. So what's our train number? I'm stuck. Reset simulation physics. Let's... Do you want to reset the physics of the simulation so you can start over on setting up the loco? No. Route map. Let's have a look. What have we got behind us? And where are we? So we are stretched out all the way down here. Oh, we've got another train just behind us. So to use an old railway parlance, we're blocking the world. Alright, so what we might do is we're not going to have to go back far, but we don't have far to go back. So we'll throttle off. Okay, brake on full. Get the train out of emergency. So we'll apply, because I want to get out of here. Throttle. Even though I probably shouldn't do it this way, let's apply full throttle with the brakes fully on. Let's release our train brake. So at this stage, we'll assume that we've spoken to train control and we've told them that we've got issues and we're making an attempt to... One more attempt to try and throttle out of this in the forward direction. We're trying to release the brakes. We're applying full throttle. Okay, brakes off. Alright, we're going backwards again. And throttle off. Alright, so what we're going to have to do in this situation, we clearly can't go forward, so we're going to have to go backwards. So what would have to happen now, I don't know what the terminology is in England, but, and I don't even know if we're in yard limits or not. Now, assuming we are in yard limits, it's a lot easier and there's a lot less paperwork compared to if it is outside yard limits, so I'll acknowledge that right now. But what we'll need to do is to go backwards. If we have a look at the map, that's not the map I want to look at. That's the map I want to look at. Now, we don't have far to go. I just want to get the train off the bridge. So we'll assume here that I've spoken to control. The passenger train at the station's been restrained at the station. It can't go anywhere anyway. So all I want to do is to come back to get the front of the train off the bridge and onto level ground. That's what I want to do. So we've spoken to control, but we're going to do that in a controlled manner. So there's the back of our train. Now let's see. We don't have a lot of room to play with. So what I'm going to do now is that we're going to send our second person back to the rear of the train. And so I'm going to assume the role of the second person. And obviously we're going to skip, it would, this process would take a lot longer than we're simulating. But we need to go back. We've got the permissions from control. I've walked back as a second person. So now we'll just go to our cab and we'll just set this up. So we're going to go in reverse. So our reverser to reverse. Now we're not going to go very fast at all because we want a controlled movement. And we're going to release our loco brake. And just apply a little bit, but not much throttle. Really, we shouldn't have to apply any throttle. We'll just have throttle on. Okay, brake off. Train brake, release. So we've got to wait for the brakes to fully release. Alright. We're starting to move backwards. Alright, so I'm acting as second person here. I need to bring this train under control quickly. Whoops, didn't need to do that right this minute. Alright. Now we've got a little bit of room, but not much to play with. So we'll just go back to the cab. We'll get out of emergency. Okay, brake off. Reverser in reverse, because we want to do that. I'll release the brakes. Now we don't have that much room to play with. We've probably got enough room for a 4-car overground set, and that's probably about it. Maybe 100 metres, maybe 200 metres. So we're just waiting for the brakes to come off. We're starting to roll backwards now. Alright, let's have a look at the back from the person down the back's point of view, rear camera. So we're still a safe distance away. Alright, let's have a look. How we're almost at ground level. So if we just go back that little bit more. Just go that little bit more backwards. Alright, we'll release the brakes again. And this is what I love about simulation. It's a lot easier to do that here than what it is out there on the tracks. Alright, we're starting to roll backwards. We don't want to go too far. That will probably do us. Alright, let's go to our external rear camera. And I probably don't want to go any closer than that. Alright, so the second person would need to come forward. Oh, there's a freaky shot. That's probably good cover art, actually. So that's how close we are to the overground train. Let's get back in the carriage, in the loco rather. So again, we're going to skip forward through time, and we're going to tell control that we're a lot. If we go outside, we're a lot further back than we were. Now we must get this right. So what we're going to do is go back in here, reverser into forward now. So we've told control we're going to try again. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to declare ourselves a failure. Alright. We're going to apply throttle. And I'm going to load it up. Now from out here, in here, it doesn't sound like we've loaded up at all. Reverser forward, full throttle. Alright. Because stuff like the control governor wouldn't be working. Alright, we're going to release the brakes now. And if this doesn't work, we're going to have to declare ourselves a failure. And get some assistance from the front, because we can't get assistance from behind. Should I open the window? Arm the throttle. Alright, we're going backwards again. We're going backwards again. Now we're going backwards again. We're way too close to that. So it doesn't seem to matter if I apply... Gee, end of train marker's working. So the back of the train is basically on level ground. The rest of it isn't though. If we have a look at the front... One last try. So speed switch. Let's see if this will make any difference. Probably not. And during all this, because I was doing things with the keyboard, I decided that my controller decided to quit on me as well. We're rolling backwards still. See, we're almost back to the platform. Wow, that's close. Or if you want to put it another way, wow, that's close. Train brake shut down. Right, full throttle. It has to work this time. Alright, so we'll try this. I didn't think to try sand because I don't use sand in real life. Alright. Sander on. Brakes off. Full throttle. No, we're still going backwards. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing else we can do in this situation. In real world, we'd be declared a failure, have to get some assistance from the front. In simulated world, let's see what happens. I'm stuck. I didn't want to do this, but I'm stuck. Let's see if that will make a difference. Alright, master key. Oh, so it's gone right back to master key. Alright, so it's gone to a shut-off state. Master key. Hang on. Reverser. Reverser shouldn't be involved if the master key's out. Throttle off. Okay, brake on. Train brake. Full service. Now even that doesn't make sense because the master key is off. That's locked as it should be. Alright, I've just shut the engine down just for the sake of it. Alright, let's see if we can engine start. Let's go to control guide. Alright, hang on a sec. Control up arrow. Control up arrow. Yeah, it's reset the physics alright. It screwed the physics up. Alright, just shut the engine down again. Right, handbrake fully applied. Alright, this is starting to get annoying because the master key, the reverser, I can't unlock the reverser, but the master key's out. Alright, let's start the engine again. See, that's locked as it should be. That's locked. It shouldn't even be in the forward position. Alright, I'm stuck. Alright, I'm going to apply the handbrake, which is probably something I should have done a while ago, actually. Now you can tell I don't think like a freight driver. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to restart this scenario. Restart the scenario. And let's see if we can learn from that. Alright. Did it easily enough then. Throttle off. Reverser into forward. Full service. Cab light on. Off. Alright, we got the road. There was something else I wanted to do. Reverser forward, I did that. Headlights on. Alright, so what we're going to do... So we're starting our scenario again. Alright, we're throttling up. And we're moving. Woohoo! So the scenario is that they've sent me out on this train again to see what I've learned from last time. Alright, so I'm going to go at a steady 15 miles an hour for the moment because that's our track speed. Now it's interesting here on our graphic, there's actually no second person in the cab, which I don't think's right. because I do know that they do run some freighters driver only. So what would happen in a situation like I had? Right, I'm just going to apply a little bit of throttle because we are going slightly uphill. So what killed me before was that Phantom, I think it was that Phantom speed limit that didn't appear on the HUD that appeared all of a sudden. And so I braked heavily as if I was driving a passenger train and I lost all my momentum. So an important thing as a freight driver is to keep your momentum up. So we're now on a 25 board. We've got a caution signal ahead of us. Or no, I was at a route indicator. Oh, that's a signal indicator. Or a repeater. Alright, this is going to be a long one, but I want to finish this scenario or this timetable off. We're going uphill, crossing over. So far so good. So if we should keep to this sort of speed, so say for instance this 45 board, I'm just going to ignore it. So I'm just going to keep my momentum around here because as we've seen, it's better to be slower and get there than try and keep to those boards which are probably not set up for us anyway. So this is barking. So we're starting to go upgrade. So we're starting to get downhill, but the back of the train's still coming up the... So the back of it's still coming up the hill. So going to keep some throttle into it. Alright, I'll just keep at this speed. Throttle on. Oh, yeah, there's a bloody person there. Not much I can do about that one. I'm guessing that's a glitch. I saw the 30 that time, but I think this is the section. We're going to lose some of our speed anyway. Oh yeah, there's the tracks going underneath. I think that's the East Coast Main Line. I'm not sure if all that one was the other one was the East Coast Main Line. We're on level ground at the moment. So we've got 4 miles to go before our signal location that we need to stop at. Now, other scenarios that I've been thinking of since we started with the first run of this train, what sometimes can happen, rather than, and it depends if you've got something available to you on the front to come and haul you out, but sometimes what they need to do is they need to lighten the load, so cut that train in half, take the front part of the train away, and then come back for the second part. That could also work as well. So we've got 3.5 miles to go before South Tottenham Signal Sierra 18. So this is a much better run. So we've still got 3 miles to go. Now, in reality, we may know that we're going to stop at this point and be held for a while. We may not. Do something about the weather options. No. Alright, 2.8 miles. I think I'm going to have to turn dynamic weather off. So I'm just going to throttle right back. Now when it says throttle on, it probably should say idle at that point. So with the momentum that we've got, we probably don't need to throttle again. It's funny, whenever I've run a timetable, although no, I've been running scenarios, maybe I need to run an actual timetable made on the Goblin on an overground service. .9 miles now. Right, we're just taking some of the speed out of it. I just want to get there that little bit quicker. So on the next episode, I'm planning to run a class 66 on the timetable. and see what options we've got there. We've only got 2 options with the 37 class. Alright, we'll just go back to idle now. We're just on a mile to go. You've really got to think ahead with your brake applications as a freight driver. Well, I've done it to myself again. Let's see the sander. I don't think I like a freight driver because I've never done it, and I don't usually simulate freight trains either. Alright, so 0.7 of a mile, we've got a caution signal on there, so we'll throttle off. Go back to idle. So our next signal is the one that we need to stop at. So coming in nice and slowly, there's no rush. But as I've always said, simulators are so good because you can work on different scenarios, different fault finding without actually having to do it in the field. So they could put you on a grade like the one that we stopped at before. We get, okay, think of these scenarios. What can we do to clear the section? You know, you've come to a stand on such and such a grade. going backwards isn't an option. What can we do? Can we, for instance, cut the train in half and take it up in 2 portions? So 200 yards, just crawling in now. Just a little bit of throttle, but not much. Alright, throttle off. They have given us a bit of leeway before the signal, so I'm just going to coast in, aim to do 1 brake application. A little bit of throttle just to speed the process up a bit. Got the train well and truly under control. Alright, wait for a moment. Okay, now we're going through to Gospel Oak. We should be able to go do something. Here we go. Come on. I'm at full throttle. We've brakes off. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. This is much happier. Have a bit of a look from the outside for a while. Here we go. Alright, we've got 3 miles to go. We are on an uphill grade, so I'm just going to keep the power on for as long as I can while we're on the uphill grade. Still going uphill. Under 3 miles to go down towards Gospel Oak. This is probably where the timetable will end for us. So full throttle, still going uphill slightly. Just happy to keep at this pace. Haven't got any choice. I'll take this compared to being stuck somewhere every day of the week. Under 2 miles to go now. And 6 miles to go. That's one of our. So we'll be driving a Class 66 on the next episode. .4 miles to go before our next waypoint and probably our final waypoint. We're going uphill a bit still. Mile to go. When I woke up this morning, I didn't think that I'd be spending nearly 2 hours driving a freight train, a simulated freight train in simulated London But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Alright, back to idle. About half a mile. Alright, there's our marker up there. Alright, 300 yards. Make sure that we're idling. Signal coming up. Signal and stop. Oh no, I haven't come this close to get the ending wrong, have we? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, we've done it again. For the sake of 131 yards. Well, I think I'm going to end the episode here. I've got real life stuff I have to do now. For the sake of 131 yards. I've been Simulated Ek. You've been wonderful. This has been certainly a very interesting experience. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.